Hello and welcome to the Heresy Lodge. I'm your host, Dylan Cooper, the Constant Coast over here.
Gavin Franklin.
Guys, we're here this week to finish The Hero of Ages. We're doing a Mistborn book in 2 episodes,
It was pretty
right?
quick. Yeah, I mean, literally, we did. I think the second one took us like 4 weeks. Took a
Yeah.
whole month.
Well, these books felt long as shit,
They
despite
did.
actually not being that long. I don't
This
know
one,
why,
I think this is shorter than the second book.
probably. It felt like it. Maybe
Yeah.
it's because my eyes were just rolling so much that it just felt like time was going faster.
It's not terrible. I enjoyed certain parts of it. I got some feel good feelings. In the end, the answer was friendship is magic, which is mind blowing.
It's always friendship, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Well, speaking of friendship, hit us up on the Discord. You find that pinned to our Twitter at Heresy Lodge. We have a monthly book club going on there right now. We are in the first book of Malazan for January and February. We'll start
How's
something
that
new in
going?
March.
Is it
It's
good?
fucking good.
God
I like
damn
it a
it.
lot. People said like it's hard to get into, but I am fucking hooked. Like every night, I'm like, I can probably spit out a chapter. It's
Damn.
good. I like it a
That's
lot.
one I wanted to do. I was literally thinking between Malazan and Mistborn.
Should have done
Probably should
Malazan.
have
That
went
would have been better.
Malazan. Yeah. Well.
Also, there's a weekly movie night hosted by our good friend Raptor. Check those out. You can also you can always email us to get the Discord link at theheresylodge@gmail.com. Check us out on YouTube at The Heresy Lodge. We have merch. Check it out. Buy yourself something nice. Valentine's coming up. Everyone needs it. Everyone wants it. You want to get laid? Heresy Lodge merch is the way.
It's 100% guaranteed. Well, I don't want to say
100%.
or your money back because that's definitely not the case.
We're not giving you your money back. We don't even see that much of
I don't even think
it.
that we have the ability to do that.
No.
Out of the six people who have purchased something on this podcast, and we're two of them.
Goddamn right we are. And another one is like your mom.
Yeah. It's true.
Dev, what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking like a vodka elderflower kind of cocktail, although it's almost gone. It's
Yeah,
pretty
I'm
good.
drinking a beer that's about halfway there, but
Hmm.
I got more. I'm in the basement now, so I have unlimited opportunities.
Oh my gosh, there's tons down there. What beer are you drinking?
I am drinking from Quaff On Brewing, a 6 foot strawberry blonde.
It's a great one. That's so
That
solid.
is good.
Big
It
fan.
is normally like fruity beers are too fruity or too sweet. Not this one. I like it a lot. It's a solid.
I watched before we get into the book, I want to go on a bit of a Warhammer rant. I watched a
Oh boy.
meme today that was actually funny. And like there's so many really funny Warhammer memes. Like they're great. And because like if you know even just a little bit about the lore, the memes are just ridiculously hilarious because it's such a memeable universe. And this YouTube short, it was like there's one thing that's more powerful than anything else in the Warhammer 40K universe. And it starts going through, is it the Wog? No. Is it the Emperor? No, more powerful than the Emperor. It's like, what could be all powerful? It was plot armor. I'm
So
like,
true.
that's so fucking true. Like, it's for a series to be called Warhammer. So few people die in
Yep,
that
in the
series.
grim darkness,
Hmm.
there
And
is
I
only
just
war, but everyone survives the war.
don't worry about it though. It's like a fun war, As long as you as long as you look cool and say cool things, like it's really that's the war. If you can come out looking cool, you're gonna live. Because we
Yeah,
can
you're
sell
Gucci.
you. It got me on like a long, like not long, probably like a 5 minute me pacing around the house talking to myself Warhammer rant about how upset I am about like how it's like such an amazing universe, but the stories like actually suck at the end of the day. If you actually like go through all of them, uh got me
Yeah,
going.
my kind of brother-in-law. He was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about like reading those." I was like, "I can make you a list of which ones you should read, Or if you want to tell me like who you want to read about, like I can make you a list there, but don't read them all because you will fucking kill yourself.
Did I tell you
Because
about
it
my
is awful.
buddy's? Did I tell you about my buddy's brother who started reading them and he reached out to me? Did I tell you about the
Uh,
story
yeah, you did a couple weeks ago.
where he was like, "Oh, where do I find all these books?" I was like,
Yeah, you know.
"You fool! You
Yeah,
get a
I was like,
Kindle."
yeah, get on Kindle or like, well, like I mean, he lives 10 minutes away. Like, you can borrow a book if you want, but
Yeah,
I'm missing probably nine of them, and I'm never gonna go out of my way to find them.
I'm missing one. I went out of my way to get all of these books, and I'm missing the last one. Because when it released and was immediately scalped and then sold, still sells for like $250 on eBay, I'm
That's
like,
so
go
dumb.
fuck yourself. There's no way I'm doing that. I spent so much money on these books, and you're gonna like, oh, I'm so mad that GW's website for like allowing scalpers to do shit like that. Just,
Also, like, print more books.
just print
Like,
more.
why did you put your scarcity on your books
Yeah,
that sell out in a minute? Just keep
just,
printing them.
it's literally a money printer. Just print more.
Yeah, like it's not like they are like buying them and reselling them. Why are you doing that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
Or I
But that
don't
whole
know,
thing,
do it the order.
yeah,
I don't
just
know.
made to order. They do it. They just say, "Hey, listen, you may not get this for a month because we're gonna make them in batch." I'd do it right now. I'd go in, pay $10, and then wait
That
however
won't be
long
$10.
or however much. I don't care. $40. That's fine. But yeah,
And I
that's
just
been
got
a
a subscription to Broken Binding. I'm fucking pumped about it.
broken binding. What is that?
They make like custom, like, so they have books, but they like make like collector edition versions. They're all fucking super sick.
Do you
And I've
get
been
to
on this
sign
wait
up
list for,
for?
yeah, I've been on this wait list for a year. So I got on the fantasy one.
No
And I'm
fucking
fucking pumped
way.
about
Do they
it.
just
Yeah.
send you a book? So like, you don't get to choose the book. It's like we made 100 of
So
these.
kind of. So they do it in like they'll normally do a trilogy. And so like they'll send one each month and then they'll announce like the next one and then same thing. You'll have to skip one a year. But I'm in the fantasy one. I signed up for the sci-fi one too, but I think that one's smaller. The fucking first thing I saw the sci-fi one is they did the big three Andy Weir books and they look fucking sick.
Damn it. Okay, so how much is this a month? This is not an ad for this service, but it
No, no.
sounds fucking cool.
For US with US shipping, it's $49.
A month?
Yeah.
That's
But
pretty up there, but that's pretty cool. That's pretty fucking cool
the
though.
books are really fucking cool. I should show them to
And
you.
you get three of
But
them or just one
you get three books.
a month.
Eat well, you get one book a month, sorry. But you're getting like they do it like it's a set.
Oh, okay, okay.
So all three books go together. They're all like trilogies and stuff like that. They did
Damn.
the First Law trilogy was one of the big ones that they started with from Joe Abercrombie.
Yeah.
Um,
It's called Broken Bindings.
yeah. I don't really know what the one is that I am getting. I'd never heard of it before. Let's see. It's some like obscure one that I've never heard of, but
The
it
Will of the
seems
Many.
cool. The Will of the Many. No, that doesn't seem right. It's like oh, Rook and Rose trilogy is the current one that I'll be getting.
Damn. I kind of want to sign up for this, but it's like
It's
the wait
fucking
list is
cool.
like a year.
It's very random. Like I had emailed them 3 weeks ago and asked them like where I was on the wait list, and they said I was at 48. Last week they emailed me back and said I was at 4,800. And then I literally got an invitation this morning, and I was like, "What the fuck? Yes, I'm
They
signing
saw
up."
that you asked. Wow, that's
So
cool.
yeah, we'll see.
That's cool.
Yeah, a guy I work with is into it, and he showed it to me. He's like, "Holy fuck, those are some cool looking books. Those look sweet on my shelf."
I like cool books. I like cool books. I'm sold.
Will I read them? I don't know, but they look fucking sick.
People are gonna think I read them, and that's what's important.
Goddamn right. That's why
Yeah.
I have so many encyclopedias.
That dude must know so many words.
A bunch of encyclopedias and a bunch of dictionaries. I'm like, yes, I read those.
Oh
Ask me. I'll tell you the plot.
man, that's everything. Yeah,
All right.
the reason I talked about the Warhammer thing too is because it got me thinking that I really want to do like a segment on here where you know how you do like hot takes,
Hmm.
like instead of hot Warhammer hot takes, it's just gonna be like truth takes. It's not
Truth.
hot takes, like it's just the truth. Like it's not even a hot take. It's just a real take.
Spoiler, it's still bullshit. It's still too expensive.
The Emperor's dumb is an easy non-hot take. I think it's a very simple take. And then I think one that's also an easy one is Magnus did nothing wrong. He's just dumb like his father.
But I mean, he did stuff wrong, but yeah, he is dumb.
But only from stupidity.
That is fair. That is
Yeah.
fair.
All right.
All
We got
right.
a lot to get through here.
Where did we leave off?
We really just set the tone for everybody and what they're doing.
Yes.
So we pretty much have like Elin and Vin going and searching for the final
Cash, yeah.
cache. We've got Spook trying to overthrow this government in this city. Marsh is like possessed.
Weird.
Soon is on trial. Sazed is having an identity crisis. Literally the whole book. Like literally
It's
until the
fucking
last two
terrible.
chapters. It's absolutely miserable. Like you could probably cut out like four whole chapters of content of Sazed just sitting there. I don't think I don't think I have faith anymore. What am I supposed to do without my faith?
Yeah. The worst part too is like Caesar was one of my favorite characters until this book. I'm like, I cannot fucking stand his chapters.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah.
He's
And
just so damn whiny.
the other thing that was really frustrating about kind of the character groupings is a lot of my favorite characters became super background characters, particularly Breeze and Ham.
Yeah, I
They
agree.
just didn't play a major part whatsoever. Where in the last book, like you have really cool moments with Breeze and like the times that he's going through the battle and the times that he's like soothing people. And Ham, you have all these philosophical discussions. And it just kind of seems like they made Ham like just kind of like a annoying asshole. So like Set, like he was just like constantly nagging Set over and over and over again.
Yeah, there's that one scene that kind of made me laugh where like Ellen leaves him and Set like is just like stuck where he's at. He's like, so no one, no, like you can't go anywhere until someone picks you up. Like, oh, I'm gonna talk philosophy with you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So essentially, Elin and Ven in this plot line, they go to a city that is Set's old city because that's where they find that the cache is. And their goal is to lay siege, but Eland is consistently torn between fighting and not fighting. And this is like one of the most annoying things about the book is like every time he wants to go fight, they're like, "Oh, that's a very Lord Ruler thing to do." I'm like, okay. And then anytime that he's like peaceful, it just doesn't work. Like so many people die because of his like
Yeah.
peaceful actions. And I was talking to you like before the recording started, but it was like how every time Elon did something, everyone compared him to the Lord Ruler. And there's specifically a scene where Spook is talking to the person he's trying to overthrow, and he's like, "Oh well, the Elon made these two kings bow before him in front of the capital city. That's a very Lord Ruler thing to do." And in my mind, like I would just laugh if I was in that room. Because I would be like, okay, well, how about I send 20,000 Kolos into your city and they pillage and burn your city to the ground? And you're not allowed to react at all because if you do, that'd be a very Lord Ruler thing to do. Like, what an
Well, what makes it
extreme
even
jump.
better is Elid wasn't even there. when that happened.
Yeah.
Then fucking did it all. I was like, bow to Elon Nevis as if he was standing here in front of me.
The crazier part about this is Spook is having the conversation with this guy like 2 days after this dude like burned 8 people to death in a fire for
Yeah.
being nobles. And I'm like, dude, where is your head at, man? Like, what is your mentality on this? And
Yeah, it
then
makes no sense.
the city that they're trying to take back for Set, where Elon and Vin are, the guy is the exact same way. He's like, oh, Elon is like evil, and also I am worshiping the Lord Ruler. It's like, what the fuck?
My God did everything because it made sense. There was a purpose to his madness.
Yes, he did allow raping and then murdering of Ska women as long as you killed them.
Yes, there's balances, as all things without not alchemy. The fuck's it called? Allomancy.
Nancy, that's the one. Yes,
Yes, and there's always counterbalances. So if you fuck, you gotta kill.
you gotta kill.
That's how it works.
That's how it goes. Just absolutely like I hated the comparisons in this. I hated like Elon and Vin. And there's one scene where Vin is like, you know what? Elon's not the Lord Ruler. I am. And I'm like, I'm also Lord Ruler. Anyone else?
For all Lord rulers.
Yes, it's so ridiculous. And you come to find out essentially Ruin, who's the person that they freed, he has the ability, we talked about this in the previous episode, but he has the ability to talk to people who have metal pierced through them in some way, and includes jewelry, however you want to do it.
Yeah,
Um,
but he can't see metal,
can't
but
see
he can
metal,
talk through it just fine.
can talk through the metal, can't see the metal. And he
That bright light over there, I'm gonna talk to it.
hey,
Well,
how
why
does this
can't I
work?
see you? Also, like if he can't see, w-
I don't know how.
you
I am also curious about like how this works a little bit because it seemed like to me, so for Vin, the metal appeared as a bright light.
yeah,
I don't think it was the same for Ruin. I think it was just he couldn't see it.
but he couldn't read. I mean, yeah, maybe he just can't see, but that's fucking. Well, I mean, I get it's the balance, right? One can see and it's invisible to the other. I don't
Yes.
know.
So it's come to find
Ruin and
out.
preservation.
Yes, yeah. So Ruin can like speak through metal, and that's how he's controlling like people like Marsh. That's how he controlled and talked to
If
Zane.
he can talk through it, but he can't see it, how the fuck does he know anyone's wearing metal? Does he just like keep talking and like hopes they respond?
Wait,
Hey, 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 hey,
it must
hey,
not
can
be
you hear
wearing
me?
metal.
Hello?
That
Hello?
must not
Fuck.
be
All right,
him.
next guy.
No. There's a lot of weird things for sure. And the other thing too about Ruin is it's not that he can like talk to you just through metal. He can also talk to you without metal if you're insane. Or he can have some strong influence over you.
Yeah, the whole thing makes no fucking sense.
So let's get I want to kind of divide this a little bit. I want one half of the story to be like the setup and like the actual human interaction, and then the other half to be a long conversation about how the fuck this weird religious god thing made its way into the story.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Because as soon as they brought out gods, like the book just like instantly plummeted in my rankings. I was like, this is fucking too much.
So they try to get to this cache because the ashes are coming down and the caches have all of these resources in it. And the
And
person who's,
notes.
yeah, and notes on how to defeat Ruin, who is the person again that they released, or God that they released. So they make it to the city. It's being like owned by an what do they call
Obligator.
obligator? That's the one. and he does the whole "you're the Lord Ruler" deal. And eventually, the way this ends up is like Vin gets captured by the Obligator and imprisoned in the cache,
Yeah.
the underground cave. And Elend goes off and like fetches a whole bunch of Kolos in order to basically take over the city after Vin got captured. And he makes this big play where he's about to go and attack the city, and then he decides, I'm not going to attack the city. And that's when things get really religious in that story. Like really like strange religious. And there's particularly a scene before this where he's like walking through the ash. And by the way, the other thing that kills me that happened multiple times in this book is the description of like how deep the ash is kind of nuts. Like at one point in time, it says Elend's walking through the ash chest high. I'm like, that is insane. That's an
That's
insane
so much
amount of
ash.
ash. Yeah. And he finds the Mist Spirit, and we'll talk a little bit about the Mist Spirit, but the Mist Spirit's like directing him on where to go, but he can't
It's literally
talk.
just pointing.
And so Elend plays a game of like charades with the Mist Spirit where it's so silly. He's like, okay, are you bringing the mists? I'll take that as a yes. That sounds good. Are you
But
bringing the
not
ash?
the ash.
Yeah. So it was a lot of just really ridiculous stuff with the
Yeah, and
Mist
he's like,
Spirit.
okay, write what you're trying to say in the ash. Instantly gets like erased. He's like, okay, okay, yeah, 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 that makes sense.
That actually was a very funny line because I can just imagine, okay, okay, okay. Write what you want to say to me. This is not fucking working. Let's go back to the drawing board.
Just go back to acting. That was better. I felt like I was really, really getting where you're going.
Yeah, starting to follow. I'm starting to pick it up. Where do you want me to put the spike? Oh.
Eat it?
Oh, that's great.
You're
So
a very weird spirit.
I just don't understand. You want me to put it here? Are your mist pants off? What are you doing with your hand?
This is, this is getting real weird, Miss Spirit, but
Elon gets
you
back to
seem
the
like the
camp.
good guy.
Oh, is this what you want me to do? Elon gets back to the camp. Ham's like, how did it go? Nothing. I don't want to talk about it.
I brought a bunch of colos, okay?
Okay, that's all that happened. Don't ask me any more questions.
I'm gonna go to my tent now.
So, Spook's story, Elon sends Sazed and Breeze to go and help Spook overthrow the city. Spook basically gets captured. First of all, he's doing this weird thing where he's like burning tin so much that he becomes almost like addicted to it or it like fucks up his eyesight or something.
Yeah, it's like he's got super senses.
Yeah,
Like the superest of senses, though,
so he
because he's
wears
burned so much. Like, there's a whole thing like where Sazed's talking about like the burning of tin at some point, and how burning metals for so long like really enhances the power of that metal.
but you become like
But like
addicted to it.
yeah, but like tin's like the best one to become addicted to because it's like not as fucking crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
But
you
I
get
don't know.
spooked. He's like, I can see so fucking well.
As I can see sound, it's fucking crazy.
I'm gonna wear a blindfold. Kind of defeats the
Everything
purpose, man.
fucking hurts. Yeah.
And he wears like glasses under the blindfold. It's very strange how it all works out. But
Yeah.
he gets captured by the group or the basically the guy and his sister that are running the city. And this dude is literally just like murdering people by burning them alive, which is insane. And the fact that he like is comparing Elon to the Lord Rulers, absolutely hilarious. And Spook is he's able to get out, but he's being guided by Kelsier, which is kind
Yep.
of crazy. And then all of a sudden he's able to burn Pewter.
Yep.
I thought that Spook had become a Mistborn, and in my mind, I'm like, is just like everybody going to get to be a Mistborn?
See, I immediately was like, this is fucking ruin. Like this whole shit is just fucking ruin.
Oh, sure.
He's gonna have power to give other people powers, blah blah blah. This is not a fucking plot twist. This is just stupid.
Oh,
I was right.
I didn't think like Kelsier was like actually there. I was like, absolutely,
Yeah,
this dude's Ruin. But I was like, does Ruin have the ability to make somebody a Mistborn? He doesn't. He kind of does. I mean,
kind of, yeah.
it'd be a lot. But you do find out later in the end that like, yeah, everybody gets to be a Mistborn in the end, basically. But
I have decided you are Mistborn today.
exactly, it's pretty crazy. And then yeah, so Spook is able to burn Pewter, and he basically works with Sazed and Breeze in between the chapters that Sazed is having an identity crisis, and the time that
That's every
Spook's
chapter.
yeah, and the time that like Spook's falling in love with like this dude's sister.
Yeah, who it was not a plot to like a twist that she was a fucking allomancer. I thought she was a soother because like every time like
Yeah, they were doing riots and
Spook was
stuff, and
well that but like Spook was always like every time I talk to her I just like fucking spill out all my emotions. It's totally not because she's like super hot.
it's not it. She's honestly, she's not
She's
even that
different.
attractive. Why do I want to do all of this?
So when it was like, oh, she's a coin shot, I'm like, what?
Yeah, Soother would have been
Okay, I
better.
guess. Yeah, it would have made more fucking sense.
Yeah. And then so he basically does a whole vigilante thing where he's like jumping around with Pewter and saving people from fires and trying to he creates this whole plot in order to like turn to show that the guy is a allomancer.
Allomancer, yeah.
Now him and his sister are allomancers, and that's how it ends up getting exposed. And that's where that plot gets weirdly religious.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Because that turns out that guy, the reason that fucking Spook has any powers because he had a sword broken off inside of him that went through an Allomancer. So we got that dude's Allomancy. And he just forgot he got stabbed, and then there was a piece of metal in the skin.
he had an
It totally
axe
didn't give him tetanus.
he turned into an accidental inquisitor.
Yeah.
Just pretty wild from a plot
I don't
point.
understand how all these people have fucking metal rusting inside their skin and they're like, oh yeah, that's
Everybody
fine.
now, like multiple people in the plot, all of a sudden have like metal in their skin. And it's also
Uh,
very strange to me that like any size of metal works, like metal shards that you wouldn't know works. But for to make Inquisitors is like
they're
it
fucking
gotta be big.
huge.
It's gotta be bigger. It's gotta be bigger
We gotta make you guys look so fucked up. It's gonna be sick.
for literally no reason. We're gonna
I
go.
don't want you guys to have normal lives. I want you to be fucked.
Guy comes in with like the small shard, and the Lord Ruler's like bigger. Go, my little
Bigger.
plaything. Make get a bigger one. Where are you gonna put it? I don't know if I can fit another one down there. No, this is going right through your eye. Oh God.
It's like that one fucking joke you always tell about the blonde and the brunette that are in like hell or whatever, and they have to like shove something up their ass and it's like a fruit.
Oh, it's the witches. Yeah,
They
the
like they
witches
can't
hut.
laugh. Yeah.
But they both laugh because they see the blonde in the forest with a watermelon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I can just imagine the scenario of like one of the inquisitors coming up to the Lord Ruler. Sir, I don't know if I can fit any more up there. The Lord Ruler's like, oh, that's okay. We can put this one through
Bigger.
your we can put this one through your eye. He's like, I think I can squeeze one more.
It'll be okay. Lord rules are even more fucked up than we ever imagined.
Why did the spikes have to be so big? Crazy. If I was like any sort of inquisitor and I saw that spook pull this fucking shard of metal out of his shoulder, I would have been like, what the fuck?
Well, when they actually described like how the Inquisitors are made, they're like, all right, so what we do is right, you're gonna lay there. We're gonna throw this person on top of you. We're gonna fucking bang a spike through that into you. And like, what the fuck? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's weird. Can we not do that?
I'm just thinking of that scenario. I'm dying. Why the fuck are they so big? It can be any size, any size spike. It just has to be a piece of metal. You don't even really have to kill the person. Well, maybe you do. Maybe that's part of it, but absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it just
And
has to go through them.
well,
It just
he
has to
that
go through the one person. The other person receiving it doesn't have to have a huge piece, I don't think.
well, the other thing too is it talks about how Ruin was like trying to get metal spikes into people. So like I would think that like they're like they'd have to be. I'm trying to think through this, right? Like it'd have to be small enough to where they wouldn't be aware that a metal spike just went through them. And
Yeah.
did that metal spike, did he just like put it through somebody real quick and kill them with that small metal spike? Like, how does that work?
Well, you have the one dude who, Penrod or whatever, like a piece of knife like broke into his skin and they just fucking left it and they started hearing shit and then decided he's like, I'm just gonna fucking cut myself.
This is getting too much for me. Yeah, he went crazy.
How no one's like, maybe the piece of metal that's in my skin that's fucking, I don't know, gotta be infected as shit. Maybe that's a problem.
Literally, Penrod just sitting sitting in the castle. Some dude walks in and is like, "Yeah, we're having trouble with our farm," and he just hears, "Fucking kill the guy." Be like, "Whoa, whoa." Let's I'd like some more wine, please. Some-
That was weird.
yeah. I like there's it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I guess Ruin is just like this deity that is just really into like people dying. But every single time he like infects somebody, it's always like kill them, kill them. You should probably fuck. And he always like tries to convince them, and somebody's like, "Hey, you should probably fucking kill that guy over there walking his dog. You never know. He could release the dog on you. Like, just so fucking kill him real quick. What do you think? For me,
Yeah, it's funny. It's really
old time's
funny
sake,
when like Vin has like the epiphany or whatever happens, and it's just like, oh, I just thought I was fucking crazy this whole time. I just got used to being crazy.
yeah, exactly. Like it's also interesting now thinking about all the times she thought about what Reen was saying to her.
Yeah.
If it's the same way that Zane was talking to God, I'm like, oh yeah, you were fucking crazy the whole time.
Yep.
Let's get to the Reen thing. So when Vin's trapped in this cave, Reen appears to her, which I'm like, okay, whatever. Like,
Yep. I had the same thought.
she doesn't fall for it. It turns out to be Ruin. And in my opinion, this is when the book gets real fucking weird. So this is when Ruin like starts to physically appear to people and have conversations with them. And he's also like a god. And in my mind, I'm like, this is getting a little rough because you went from having like a world that has a mythos to like now you're writing the mythos,
Yeah.
and then it got like real like inception of religion and the meaning of preservation and balance, and he created this whole religion and a whole bunch of like rules to it. And I think it's cool, like he was able to make all these pieces go together, but it was just like sometimes like not knowing details about that concept of your universe is a good thing, you know? Like no one's
I
sitting
agree.
there reading Lord of the Rings like I need to know all of the wars of the A&R and all the crazy shit that they went through. So, I mean, obviously it's there in the Silmarillion, but he didn't start out with that. Like the Lord of the Rings is a standalone thing. So I compare him to Tolkien a lot. I think that's kind of rude, but there's a lot of other examples of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, once like Ruin like really became like extra prominent and it started going down like this like weird path of godhood shit. I was like, what is happening? This really turned on my, especially like when like you get the reveal of the reason Vin has seen him this whole time is because of her earring. And this was planned from the beginning. And Ruin had been waiting hundreds of years for this perfect thing because her sister was a spotter, which I don't even know what the fuck that means.
So this is what it is. This is how this worked out. And I read this and I was like, what? That's fucking crazy. Okay, so her sister, who was a baby, could burn, she was able to sense allomancy, whatever metal that is. She could burn that. You know which one that
Right.
is?
I don't know what metal that is because no one has ever. I don't think they fucking have talked about
Yeah.
like
Um,
bronze. Like she's. I don't think she's a bronze burner. I mean, bronze lets you detect allomancy.
yes. Yeah. She was a bronze burner.
Okay.
Yeah, so her sister could burn bronze, and she was a mistborn. So the way that it worked was her Ruin convinced her mother to kill her baby sister with the earring, and then use the earring as the spike to give her, because the way it works is like if you're there's so many crazy rules to this, but if you're like a allomancer or a mistborn and you receive a spike, then it just enhances whatever power. And you can also receive spikes for ferromancy as a mistborn.
Yeah.
So like at one point we see Marsh and this dude just fucking spiked up. Just fucking 20
Yeah.
spikes
He's
all through
fucking
his
full of
body,
spikes.
and he's got all the power, all the powers. It's pretty crazy. So that the reason that Ruin had to get that situation in particular was because she would then be the most powerful bronze burner, which allowed her to pierce copper clouds and also allowed her to sense the well of ascension.
Yep. I guess.
That's that's the thing, you know. And technically, like by the rules that you just created that chapter, that works. That's a thing.
Yeah, but it does work, I guess.
It's just like kind of, it's just crazy. It's just so crazy. Ruin is there with Vin when she gets captured. He does like the whole classical villain monologuing his entire plan to her the whole
Yep.
time. And Vin is basically trying to convince this guy to like give up his city to Ellen, and he's like, I I love the Lord Ruler too much. I really wanted him to put a spike in me, but he never did.
I don't know why.
I don't know why. I
I was
presented
so
myself
devout.
so devout. He liked the challenge, I guess. I don't know. But he basically what you come to find out is Ruin didn't know where the ATM was, and so he was using Vin and Eland to find the ATM, and he also thought that it might have been at this final
Gavin,
cache.
why is he looking for the ATM?
Well, that's a really good question. The ATM, Dylan, is his body.
Makes so much fucking sense, doesn't it?
Now,
His body are rocks.
we also find out that there's a separate deity that is his counterpart called Preservation, and Preservation's body is the mist.
Yeah. One's a rock and one's mist. Cool.
Now, you might be wondering, how does all this work? So am I.
It's real fucking weird. That's how it works.
Basically, this is what I've understood so far. Ruin and Preservation were deities. And then at one point, Preservation wanted to make humans. So Preservation made a deal with Ruin that they would make humans together because humans have the power of Ruin and Preservation. And in doing so, the deal was also that Ruin eventually got to kill everybody. So then
Weird fucking. How is that treaty written up? Like, all right, I'm gonna like make a bunch of people, then like 10 years from now, like you just fucking could kill them all, like no big deal.
at some time, the time was unknown. Ruin
It's fucking dumb.
immediately was like, bam, do it again. That was fun. So the other thing that happened here was Preservation was like, I fucking love these things so much. So much. I'm
You're so
eventually
fucking
like
hot.
there's so many places to put spikes in these dudes, Ruin. Like you have no idea.
And they just fucking do it.
They just it's
There's no
crazy.
questions asked. They just keep doing it. I'm like, holy fuck, okay, keep going.
So he Preservation put a portion of its power in humans. I don't know what that did. I think it might have given them sentience
Maybe.
conceptually. And then Ruin is now more powerful than Preservation. So over the years, Preservation sacrificed its mind in order to create the Well of Eternity to trap Ruin, and its body
Well, of
then became
ascension.
Well of Ascension, sorry. And then
It's very important, very distinct.
its body becomes the mist. Now, how Ruin's body became Atium, I don't know. I don't understand that. I guess like from
He was
maybe
rock hard
Ruin's
from all them spikes, man. They had to mine that shit down.
Preservation, you were so right. This shit rocks. Whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It doesn't make
I
any sense
I
because like
just want my
ATM is
dick
like
back.
they just like grows, and then
Well,
I
hey,
the whole concept makes no fucking sense.
so the concept is Preservation stored Ruin's mind in the well and then spread his rock hard dick in this spot called the pit of ash. And then Allomancers eat portions of his dick in order to see the future.
They got
And
that bitch
that
out.
that that makes the ending to this book so much better too.
We ate it all. Oh fuck.
It's all gone. I'm so full. We ate it all. I've come for my dick. Uh,
So let's talk about how this kind of all happens. So the what the fuck are they called? What's Orsair called? The
the
Khandra. The
Kadra.
Khandras. We find out that they like are the original Pharaohmancers
No, not
that
the
were with
original Pharaoh man. That were yeah, they were with the Lord
not
Ruler.
Rorschach. God damn, what's his actual name?
How's Rorschach? Rorschach.
Anyway, yeah, it's like the that original like group, and they're all they made a deal that they become blobs, and you can stick spikes in them And then those blobs with spikes have powers. They live forever.
So true. It's exactly.
They can eat bones and turn into shit. It's a really fucking weird concept. Can you imagine you're sitting there and somebody's like, all right, look, I'm gonna turn you all into fucking blobs and then I'm gonna impale you and shit's gonna be fine. You'll never fucking die. You're welcome.
Pretty sure that like, oh my God, they were all his friends, right? And he was like, okay, well, I don't want to kill them, but I can't let any Ferromancers live. So, okay, guys, I got an idea. I'm gonna turn all the Ferromancers into blobs that absorb bones. Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not done. But what I'm gonna do is for you.
For this one big time opportunity, I got a special for you.
I'm gonna take these
You
spikes.
s- you see this? These are as big as they come. All I need is this here spot, this here mallet, and
I'll
maybe
put
that
two
there
of them.
asshole.
You'll get two of them. And then, check it out. You turn into maybe blobs, but if you eat bones, you can convert yourself to the bones that you ate. Now, hear me out. In order for this to work, I need you to hoard part of Ruin's dick throughout the years.
I will send you every piece I find.
What do you guys say? And the oh my gosh. And the other thing that didn't make any sense of this that blew my mind was like they go and do contracts to get Atium. So they have to do these contracts. So literally the whole time it's like, okay, also a couple sub clauses here. To get Ruin's dick, you have to like become a slave just for a minute. You get to go back. And then I also get to control you whenever I want. Sound good? All the Pac-Men there are like, what the fuck are you talking? That's your plan?
Give me more of those mushrooms, please.
That's your idea? That's what we came up with. That's the best you can do. You can't just like make us forget about Ferromancy, like take our Ferromancy away, or like make us forget that we have it. No, we
No,
gotta go. We gotta go
blobs.
blobs. Blobs the only way. Blobs
Trust me,
with
guys.
spikes.
This is gonna be fucking sick.
Blobs with spikes. We're going all the way. People love the spikes. You're gonna love them. Oh
It's a
my
big.
gosh.
It'll be huge in a few years. Just wait.
I don't think I've ever laughed this much on this podcast. And it's like the crazy thing is like the book, like when you're reading it, like it's not terrible, like it's fun to read, but like talking about like what actually happened, I'm like, that is the craziest fucking shit I've ever heard.
It's called literacy genius.
It's insane.
What's even better is they have a whole thing where if the elders like says the signal, everyone just fucking kills themselves,
That's clause C, subclause C, by the way.
which ruined the entire Orsair like storyline. Like these like all these cool things. He's like, all right, I'm bringing everyone together. Everything's gonna be fucking sick. We're gonna save the world. Like everyone kill yourself right now. And everyone just fucking died. And there
Let's
was it.
go.
It's like, oh, okay.
Quick.
You don't even like have anything left for Morseer. It's just like he's dead. Okay, sure. I'm
Well,
fine with character's death,
he comes back to
but there
life.
was no payoff.
He comes back to life.
That I missed this.
Yeah. It's real dumb. I can we'll go through it when we get to what happens to Sazed, because that's when it happens at the end there. So Jesus Christ. Um what would be next? I don't even know. Spook is able to fight off Kelsier by pulling the shard out of his shoulder. and then he walks through some fire in order to free the water, and they use it to save a third of their city. And none of that matters because it gets completely demolished in the end anyway.
Yeah, they're like, shit, everything's on fire. We should just go.
Yeah, you know what? I know everyone's exhausted from saving the city from the fire, but fuck that, dude. Let's get underground. The real story here is Vin. Vin is this story gets absolutely insane. She has this idea where she basically tells Ruin through conversation that she's gonna go and like kill or no go and get the ATM from the capital. So Ruin shows up with like 12 or 13 uh inquisitors, and Vin just gets like stopped. And the whole time she's like wanting the mist to come to her. And Marsh, who's about to kill her, has this moment of clarity and he's able to resist Ruin, and he rips out her earring. And so it turns out like the mist preservation is like, I actually do not like it when people put metal things in their bodies. Like,
It freaks me out, man. That shit's weird.
I made like a whole human race, and then Ruin was like, I got an idea, and I was not on board. So
The only normal guy this whole time.
yeah, preservation's like, I'm trying to chill. I'm just trying to be missed. That's all I'm trying to do, really. I'm trying to mist it. And the thing that's actually really a big plot hole to me on this is like, what determines what their bodies become?
I'm
Because
still trying to figure out how ruinous rocks.
how you surprise. And then like preservation, it's like, yeah, I only preserve. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn myself into something that kills all your crops. Like, what the fuck? Okay, okay. Literally, this whole plot all stemmed from the fact that the Terraceman people and the humans still don't understand that, by the way, why there are Terracemen and humans prior to the Lord Ruler. That's very confusing to me because they talked about the creation of humans, but it never talked about why there's this separate race of people called Terracemen. And it talked about, yeah, that's the part that's weird to me. They never explained that.
Oh
Um,
yeah, because there's that whole thing about how the Lord Ruler created Ska to be short, fat, useful, and super easy to impregnate.
just so
I was like,
fucking
okay, that's a
impregnated.
chapter. Glad I gotta read that.
Yeah,
And
they
then
never
the
talked about
noblemen, oh man, they're big and strong and so fucking hot, but man, they cannot make babies. Those fucking idiots.
their dicks do not work.
Counterbalancing.
And then yeah, it talks about that. It talks about how it makes the Kolos, which we'll get to as well, because that's just fucking crazy. And
You,
then
you need specs.
and then it becomes it talks about how it creates that he created the cat or what they call we just talked about the globs, the blobs,
Chandra.
Chondra, yeah. But never about the Terracemen. The Terracemen like are just their own separate thing, and they existed prior to the Lord Ruler because obviously the Terracemen were the he was a Terraceman.
Yeah.
So in the mistings, so the other thing that's I think an important thing to point out is in this lore, the mistings came from the mist, but the Mistborn did not. They came from balls.
Preservation's balls.
Yeah, put these in your mouth.
You're gonna get so many powers.
Why are they so obsessed with having people eat them and put things in their
Yeah, it's really weird that all the gods just constantly want to
body?
be eaten.
I just don't know what's going on with that. Literally, oh, there's so many things. But anyway, um, what crap? I lost my train of thought. I was going over the Rosh. Oh yeah, the Rorschach thing. Where damn, oh, I can't. I lost my train of thought when we started talking about eating balls,
Most
man.
balls come out.
We were going over Vin. We were going over these things. Oh yeah, Rorschach. Like it talks about how like when he got the power from the well, he used it to like try to fix the mists. So like preservation created the problem that Rashek tried to solve and then caused this huge issue.
Yep.
So that's kind of weird to me. I'm like, just don't be mist, like be something else. Like rocks are okay. It seems to work out.
Just be the fucking wind.
Yeah. Do the wind. Just don't be too windy. Like you can be mist, but don't
Yeah.
be too
Be
fucking misty, dude.
clouds.
Chill out. Yeah. So Rorschach like tries to fix all this and he fucks a whole bunch of stuff up in the process because again, like Rorschach's mental, like the way he thinks about things, man. It just doesn't compute to me. So Vin gets all this god power when she's fighting, like the mists come into her and she's able to kill all the Inquisitors, and then she like basically dies. She dies and becomes a god. She
Which is
becomes
fucking stupid.
yeah, it gets real crazy here.
It becomes preservation.
And she like tries to like move the earth around and shit. And it doesn't work out very well.
You're like, it's really fucking hot. Okay,
Oh
okay, okay.
shit. Okay, okay. Let's make it night real quick. Make it night. Because fuck the other half of the earth, apparently. She just like
Fuck that.
rolled it over. It's like, man, it got real
That's
hot.
that's someone else's problem.
Fuck those guys over there. The Earth is. I'm thinking it might be round in this universe, but she definitely killed like half of the Earth that she did not care about. Which is another
Fuck
thing.
them.
Is like, is this place like it's just very clearly just a country on this Earth, so the other people just fuck them. And she basically is just like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm just gonna go talk to Elin. Elin finds out that the what's happening is the mist when it like makes people sick isn't actually like making them sick. It's turning them into this or
Yes,
mistings,
there's it's the snap.
and if they get super sick, then they're mistborns.
No, no, no. They can burn ATM. They're
Yeah,
ATM
they're
misting.
not mistborns because again, you can only become mistborn by eating balls.
It can happen genetically. I mean, then didn't eat the balls.
Only if yeah, that's all. That's also very weird how that works. Like
I
how
agree.
why are the first Mistborn the ones that ate the balls, but you don't have to eat a ball to be Mistborn, but preservation can't make Mistborn because they can just burn atium.
I don't know, man.
That's
Also, it
kind of
didn't make sense to me that there weren't like before like ATM burners. Like, like that just doesn't make sense. Like, no, no, only like five metals of the like 70 can be burned normally.
yeah.
What? That's fucking dumb.
Yeah, you come to find out that like a whole bunch of people were mistings, but most of them were using metals that were completely worthless. And
Yeah.
so they didn't know that they were mistings. Um, So yeah, basically what happens is the Lord Ruler finds out that the Adion's being stashed by the Khandra, and the Elin shows up, and not the Lord Ruler, sorry, Ruin. Elin shows up to the Khandra place, and says, all the Khandra have kind of done their self-destruct because Ruin can take control of them because they have spikes, and that's how Ruin works. There were some Khandra that rebelled, but that's the one that was like completely useless. Um,
Yep.
Elin, he shows up and he has this epiphany. He's like, fuck, these guys that got the sickest, they were there, his army. So he was like, everybody eat the adium. And they have this like crazy battle. And Mars shows up and he kills Elon. But right before he kills Elon, he's like, where's the adium? And Elon's like, we fucking ate it.
All of it, bitch.
Could you imagine if like what if
It's like
adium
I'm imagining like the ultimate like bad guy. Just no.
you ate it? No. They ate all of my dick. I could just
I'm no better than a terraceman now.
he used to be so plentiful.
It was so big and hard,
It
so
was crazy.
strong.
Look, it was the size of the mountain. They ate the whole thing. But they had
Those bastards.
I just think it would be way funnier. Like it would be so much funnier and it's so much better if like Sanderson wrote it where like couldn't burn adium, and then Elon just was like, "Why don't we just fucking eat it anyway? Just fucking eat
I mean,
it.
honestly, why not?
Everyone just eat the rocks quickly." How'd you guys beat God? We ate a fuck ton of rocks really fast. Most of us got sick.
Our stools have not been okay for weeks.
We beat God. This sounds
That
like
does seem like a really serious weak point.
it, just eat the rocks. And like I think like from what I understood,
Sorry, we don't have any water left. Just fucking swallow it dry.
pussy, we gotta go.
This fucking blue guy's coming for us.
You see those blue guys? They want these rocks. But if we
We don't
eat
want
them,
them to.
we can't have them eat the rocks. Jesus Christ. The way that it said it's described, it's like when you burn adium, it respawns. I also don't know why it respawns in this one mountain, but that's the way it's described to that I understood. And like the idea I think was like they're just delaying it because the adium's got to regrow. So they basically just softened his dick real quick by eating it super fast. And and now he's like, no, I gotta get hard again. And then Ben took that opportunity to like kill him and herself because the god powers are equal when you have the well minus the adium plus the body of the mist and the place with the earring. It all equals out and they can kill each other.
Mhm.
That's what I understood from it. That's how I got to it.
I think what happened was Vin got really, really mad. So she
The
was able to fight Ruin.
Was it the power of love?
It might have been the power of love.
I think the power of love is really what won the day. She loved Elon so much. She gave him all this power and
Then he
fucking
died and she got pissed off so she could punch a god.
fucking spiked up Marsh didn't even give a shit. He was able to beat the shit out of Elon even with Vin's help, and then remove his sword from his neck. Have no idea what happened to Marsh. That I don't think that was
I'm
ever.
assuming he's dead.
He lived after the
I'm pretty
battle with
sure.
Elon.
I thought they killed each other, sort of deal.
Well, I remember him pulling the sword out of his.
I'm pretty sure he died. I think. Surely he died. Be really weird just him just like standing there
Mhm.
after the battle, like, huh?
I don't
Well,
think so.
I'm
Literally,
still fucking alive. Can someone please pull this fucking stick out of my ass?
no, yeah, Marsh beheaded Elend, and then it doesn't mention Marsh again. It literally talks about how, like, it says right here, where it talks about all the people that have died. She said Marsh, fallen to become an inquisitor, not died. Never talked about him dying.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe there's just like a fucking spiked up Marsh running around, just like 20 spikes through his body.
Hey
Why
man, can you pull this out,
why'd they have to
please?
be so fucking big?
It really hurts.
I don't think the Marsh is mentioned once again at all after he beheads Elon, other than her saying Marsh fell to become an inquisitor, like going through all the people that sacrificed to get to where she was. But yeah, I don't know. So basically, what happens at the end? Her, and Elon are like both dead, and then Sazed's like, "I found Faith again," and he runs over and he's like cradling her, and then the two mists and the rock became a mist well, and he's like, "Oh my God, now I understand. The the hero of ages carries the world in their arms, and I'm wearing bracelets. Oh, I'm the
I
hero of
am the hero
ages."
of ages. Holy fucking shit!
Honestly, like the there's a kind of a weird plot hole this to me. it makes so much sense to me that the person you want to give this power to is a terraceman, uh, particularly a keeper. But the Lord Ruler was one, and that's where I'm like, basically the concept is Sage recreates the entire Earth to basically be like perfect,
Yeah.
and he
Well, he
real
used the knowledge of all of the other religions
yeah, that's the
to help
weird part.
shape the world how it's supposed to be.
That's the weird
Fucking
part.
dumb as shit.
Very dumb. Like it was incredibly dumb when it was like, oh, turns out that if I just combine all 100 of the religions, I'm able to determine all of science. And I'm like, probably not. Probably not.
No, no, they're the same thing.
Yeah, and then like my thing is like, okay, if you have a terraceman that can store all these metal mines, that's the person you'd want to go in and you'd want to be like, okay, like let's use our knowledge of astronomy. But I guess the Lord Ruler was like, no, I'd rather turn you into blobs and put spikes up your ass. That's what I want. Like, what about the sun problem? We'll just make some fucking mountains go crazy for like 1,000 years. It'll be great. So anyway,
Everything's fine.
these guys, they'll take 4 spikes and they'll turn blue. The fuck is this guy doing? So
This guy really likes spikes.
this guy's like so into spikes. Um, and then yeah, I would just think like, okay, like you would use your knowledge of math and astronomy and do all of these things, but he's like, no, like there was a religion one time that mapped the seas. This is how the world looks. Okay, I sure. There was a
You
religion
never
one time that
heard
like
of the religion of the ocean?
there was a religion one time that like plotted stars. So stars. And I know the celestial alignment of the planets. I'm like, yeah, I guess. Sure, why not? Astronomy, useless. Religion is going to help you figure all that out. But that was really weird. And then, like, this is what really kills me. The end of the book, very quickly, is just like, and then everyone was happy and everything was fixed. And it was like some of the shit that he had in there is just like absolutely ridiculous.
Like
It's
Squeak was now a
absolutely,
Mistborn.
where is, where is this thing? Here it is. This is where he goes over everything he did. Where are they at? I tried to bring them back. Okay, that's when they died. However, be assured. Oh wait, no, we'll go. I think he does it at the end, maybe. I'm very confused. He did something like really stupid. Here it is.
Which thing?
The Kolos he altered so they could choose to rejoin humanity or form their own separate society. Great. Like that's the end of the Kolos story in that one sentence. Like Sage just like did that. I'm like, okay, cool, sure, that's a solved problem, I guess. The Kadra held no desire to be human, so to these he restored their blessings, but he also implemented a mortality trigger that those who felt the weight of the centuries could discover. Like that's
So
the end of both the Kolos and the Kadra storyline. That's literally Sanderson writing in, and they lived happily ever after. Like these
essentially,
two
yes.
like crazy complex. These guys are just blobs. Like what the fuck? I don't want to be a human. No, I'm really liking what's going on here. Actually, this is pretty cool.
I can eat bones and turn into whatever I want. It's super
Have you?
cool.
You ever tried bones? Pretty fucking good, actually. I feel like the one conjure, like, no, I would love to. Yeah, I'd love to be human again. That'd be great. Sign me up.
That'd be really fucking cool, please.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. One part where we got spikes in our body and we eat human decaying flesh. I'm just thinking maybe being human would be all right. So that's the book. And then everyone wakes up and the world's beautiful, and Sace has all the books there on how to rebuild society from the ground up, and there are flowers again, and then Ven and Eland are dead, but then Sace assures us, but don't worry, they're in heaven, and they told me they're happy. Bye.
No. Oh, P.S. Spook, you are Mistborn. You're welcome. Go do shit.
Yeah, it literally makes Big Mistborn for like no reason. He's like, oh, I'm also God. I'll be around.
Yeah, which makes no sense because the second era is like several years in the future. So I doubt Spook's a part of that. So why do we even care?
I don't know. I don't know, but I'm looking at this ending. I'm like, why? This is so weird. This is so weird.
It
Uh,
wasn't great.
I honestly, I was enjoying it. I kind of like Spook, except for the fact that, like, I really like Spook in the first book. And then Spook in the
Yeah.
second book was like, why am I not powerful? Wah, wah, wah. And then, like, he just got power in the third book. And I'm like, that's not that great. Like his ending should be like him accepting that he's powerful even without his abilities.
And he
But
should be working out the whole time.
he should just be fucking pumping iron, man.
Fuck Peter, just fucking get built.
Just get fucking jacked, dude.
It's easy.
Jesus, man. Or shove the spike in your body. One of the
Either
two,
one, I
dude.
guess, works.
Either one fucking works. Hey, I bet you. I'll tell you what. We can offer that as a workout program in this world. Imagine gyms in this world, like 100 years in the future. Like, okay, look, you can work out, or I can just like
Or
hit you with one of these bad boys real quick.
you'll see. It'd be awesome.
It's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. You've got two options: eyes or ass.
I'll tell you what, though, a lot more people see your eyes.
A lot more people see your eyes, man. Tell you the story about an Inquisitor. He fit four up there one time just to avoid the
And
eyes.
it was crazy. But man, he's built.
You could just like that would be an amazing meme to write. It's like, I don't think I can put any more up yet. Oh, it's okay. I'm just gonna put this one in your eye anyway. I think I could maybe fit one more. Yeah, so anyway, the Lord Roller was a real fucking freak. And Eland's just like him because I don't know, he likes to save people. It's really weird too.
Yeah, it's better if you impale them instead.
Yeah.
It solves more problems.
So where'd this land for you, Dylan?
Um, I think this one's probably like a four.
A four?
That's it.
I think that's a good thing. Like I think four's good. It wasn't like terrible, it was just too much. And
Yeah, like once you bring in godhood for
yeah,
just random shit, my eyes just gloss over it. And it I think it would have been a better story if like I don't know, Ruin wasn't a god. Maybe he was just like a super strong fucking Allomancer, Ferromancer with a bunch of fucking sticks up his ass as well, and
got them
the
all.
Lord locked him away because of that. Like that would have been a lot cooler.
It would have been pretty cool. Like, yeah, like if he like literally was just not an well, maybe he is an Allomancer, but he's got all the spikes. Like the
Yeah,
dude's
all of
like
them.
all fucking spiked up. Uh, that's what I'm gonna use now. Like in the term, like people be like, "Yeah, dude's bricked up." Like that dude's spiked up, man. He's got all the
That it's
fucking
so
spikes.
spiked.
He's spiked as fuck. Somebody check his asshole. He's spiked as fuck.
He doesn't have any of his eyes. I wonder how many else he's got.
There's not in his eyes. We know what that means. Okay. It's so great. I honestly like the great part about this book is like as soon as you go into godhood and religion and it's also fantasy, you just kind of open yourself up for conversations like this where they're like, okay, let's actually talk about like step by step what happened here. And the
And then you
concept,
say it out louder, like, man, this gets worse the more I talk about this.
like the whole concept of the Lord Ruler, like creating the Cadre is
Like,
fucking
try, like, how
hilarious.
would you explain this book to someone who, or the series so far, to someone that you're trying to sell it to them, right? Like, it's like,
Yeah.
well, these people, they eat metals. One of them is actually a god's dick, we think.
Pretty sure it's his dick.
And
At least the part of it, you never know when you're eating his dick.
and
One of the
there are
medals.
there are these blob things that eat bones that can make you into whatever those bones were.
But they
And there's blue
agreed.
people.
Yeah.
It's super cool. You'll like it a lot. Also, there's like kind of a heist that isn't actually a heist. It's actually just a fucking government takeover.
Yeah, they kind of killed the bad guy in the first book, and then they have to struggle to make up a bad guy for two more books, and the last one just ends up being God.
And then there's like six more books after
Yeah,
that.
pretty much. They kill God, and then 6 more books.
Well, apparently, like Seiza starts going by the name Harmony.
Oh no.
Yeah, because he's the harmonize the power of the preservation and ruin. He's Harmony.
I can see that going south.
I can
As
I don't
soon
know. I'm
as,
pretty sure like the next era is like Western.
let me ask you this question. You think Seiza
Yeah,
gave himself his dick back? He had to.
probably. He definitely didn't. He went and immediately searched for Tendril.
He was like, wait a minute, give me some of that adium. Let me see if I can make myself one.
I got an idea.
I had no idea. He's sitting there. Oh my gosh. The problem with this harmony thing, you give Sazed all his power. He talks to one girl. This whole thing falls apart.
It doesn't take long.
Dude, you're gonna give a simp all the power in the world? Oh no.
This tracks. Yeah, I know. This tells me a lot about Brandon Sanderson, I think.
He's
Is he
kind of
married?
he might be self-reporting a little bit in his books.
Maybe. This is, normally like there's like some part of a person in their writing.
His part's the adium part. I put my dick in it, literally. Not my heart, not my soul.
You should see where I put the spikes. I had to test the theory first.
Dude, Sanderson is definitely into some crazy sexual shit. Oh man.
What
Yeah,
what do
for
you
me,
rank it?
I think four is good. I mean, I struggle to go all the way down to three because this is just so funny to talk about. So I
Yeah,
think
it wasn't like bad to read by any means. It's just like,
over the top ridiculous. It's like the portion of the
yeah.
Warhammer world where like the Emperor becomes a chaos god and then gives up the power kind of thing. That's what this was like in the end. Where it's like, what the
Yes.
fuck is going on?
Yeah, and it's just like too much happening, and then you have like,
Everyone lives happy level ever after at the end. I'm like, okay,
yeah, and like this like whole thing is like they call it a sander lanch, where like he just like blows up everything like near the end, and it just felt like there was no like twist to me. Like it was just like, okay, okay. I
yeah,
already saw that coming. Yep, I saw that coming already too. Yep, I already figured that out. Like it's not like mind blowing shit. It wasn't that fucking complex.
yeah,
The only thing
yeah,
that like ever actually fucking fully surprised me was that Orseer was dead and it was Soon.
yeah. That was pretty cool.
That was the only thing I was like, oh shit, you got me.
Yeah. All right.
That's it. We're
Switching back
gonna,
over. Pierce Brown now.
yeah, we are going back to Iron Gold now.
Very excited.
Have you started yet?
No, no. I finished this today, so
Okay, so we'll probably not have an episode next week.
probably not, but maybe I'll just like zoom through it and get it. I'm actually really into all those books, so Who knows? Maybe I'll
Cool.
zoom through it.
Cool. Yeah, you just let me know. So likely no episode next week. Maybe though. We'll see. As always, hit us up on Discord. Find that pinned to our Twitter at Heresy Lodge. Email us at theheresiolodge@gmail.com. Check us out on YouTube at the Heresy Lodge. Buy your significant other all the Heresy Lodge merch because they need it and it'll make your life better.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, have a good one.